Yo, camcorder, what's going on? Yes, you are first. Sorry about your crap internet. Hopefully, hopefully that gets fixed. I don't seem to remember you talking about how crappy your internet was back in the day, but maybe you guys are having newer problems with it. That's crappy either way. If you guys are just joining, we're going to keep working on the hand, the special. It's going to be an effect for an indie project I have coming up. I'll just show it right now. We have to fix up the hand, fix all the detailing, things like that. And then we have to attach it to an arm. But the first stage is definitely to get the hand done. And there's a lot of unfortunate casting issues that we had. So there's just a bunch of like gaps and air bubbles and things like that we have to fix. So that's what we're working on. If you are watching now or in the future, please go join the Discord. Small community right now, but it's growing. If you like art or you do art, you should go there and post about it. And also, if you guys want to see how we got to where we are in any current project you catch on stream, join the YouTube where you can see all the past streams that I have posted. So I have some stuff I have to mess around with real quick. I've been trying to do some real fancy side lighting, but I don't know if it's going to work. Not without getting my arm in the camera, apparently. Sadly, the type of lighting I need for sculpting is not conducive to cameras, so figured doing some cool accent lighting would be nice. Yo, funny guy, what's going on? Bam. Some mood lighting, if you will, okay? Bam. Mood lighting. Done. Accomplished. There we go. That should work. Ish. For now. So yeah, you guys can see all these like cracks and stuff. We got to fill all these cracks in. So that's what we're going to be doing. Woohoo! And wait, didn't we just mold this? We molded the little miniature hand that I did. This is a full-size hand, bruv. I haven't molded this at all. We've been working on it. I technically casted this hand. Was it months ago we did the live stream where we casted the hand of Kyle's hand? So yeah, we're gonna keep moving along on it. What we have is we actually have Kyle's like full arm that we have to work on. But the hand, just getting the hand done while it's separate is gonna be so much easier. My stream schedule, per usual, is going to be pretty messed up coming up here. I'm actually going to probably be relocating my stream setup to my hizzy. So that's one thing. We'll still do studio streams when I need to, but the actual full setup is just going to be easier if I do it at my place. So I think I'm going to be doing that soon. We'll see. If I do, it'll be in the next couple weeks, so... Nothing will really change for you guys, but just letting you know. You'll just have a different white background than I currently have. So, whoa, knocking stuff over. Squitter into a Pokemon called Tentacool. I love it. I love it. I like the name. What happened with the hand? Well, this hand is a project we have for an upcoming project. Like it's it's going to be an effect. It's going to be like a special effect or whatever for kind of like an indie project I want to start working on soon. So it's not just the hand either. It's a whole arm and shit. Turn the Squidward into the Pokemon called Tentacool. Oh, okay. With a parasitic sponge. Oh, so you just like, you're merging the ideas basically, yeah? Gotcha. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think that's cool. I was never a big SpongeBob fan, but I am familiar with the characters. I've probably watched maybe like 3 or 4 SpongeBob episodes ever. Talk to you, hand? What do you want the hand to say? Brandy, thank you for the follow. I was gonna start. I was gonna start molding the other hand we were working on today. The walls are built, but I have to. I'm gonna do a fiberglass mold, and I totally didn't account for material, so I got to wait for the material to arrive so I can start doing it. Oh, the scratch. All these scratches are actually air bubbles and casting issues. So you got to remember, we poured liquid hot clay into a silicone mold. As it cooled, certain areas were cooling faster than others. So these are basically air being trapped in between like liquid clay trying to cure.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
What's going on, Milo? How things been, yo? How's life been, Milo? Hopefully it's been chill. Not much. Just been busy. I almost didn't stream today, honestly, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to stream tomorrow like I wanted to, so gotta be responsible, you know. Sidra, thank you for the follow. Last heat wave before winter, must be prepared. God, I hope you're right. We've had some cool weather here in Vegas this week because of so much rain, and I'm really nervous. Actually, I know for sure it's going back up to 100 plus this week, and I really don't want it to happen, so I really hope it's all done with. I hope it gets it out of its system. And we can move on to wintertime. Here, winter is no joke. Hey, you know what? I wish winter here was no joke, but it is a joke. The few times I've actually seen it snows for like 2 seconds, and then it's just, you know, kind of frigid cold all the time. Desert winters are just fucking odd across the board. Like, it's just really cold, and it's a weird kind of cold. Like, I feel like back when I was in the Midwest, when it snowed, it was almost insulating. Like, it was still cold, don't get me wrong. But out here, because it's big and open, like, it feels like a very bone-chilling cold. Yeah, in Vegas, it doesn't snow often. I think I've been here, what, 2.5 years? I've been through 2 winters, and I've seen it snow, I think, literally twice. And it doesn't snow like you think of snow. It comes down, sort of, kind of, thinks about being snow, and disappears. But it gets cold enough to do it. If you saw what I'm talking about, you would not consider it snow. Not even in the smallest amount, okay? So the reason this type of thing is so tedious sculpting is because I would like to keep as much of the original hand texture as possible. So I just gotta be really careful filling in these cracks so that if I have to, like, resculpt, I'm not having to resculpt a ton of detail, right? Yeah, our rain is right now. We get all the rain right now. Robert and Burnham, thank you so much for the follows. We've been, I don't know if you've seen, but Vegas has been on some news lately with all the rain we've been getting. Every time it rains here in Vegas, everyone hears about it because it floods all the casinos and everyone freaks out. And I'm just like from the Midwest thinking, this is the bitchiest of a storm. Like, it's nothing. It's nothing. A lot of rain in the last days in Las Vegas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've had a ton of rain, but also for me, like, I like the rain. I like thunderstorms, you know? So Big old cracks. Big old cracks, yo. We hit a record amount of rain this last weekend. Enough to flood out whole roads and destroy people's cars. And you gotta bear in mind, Vegas is not remotely built for bad weather, right? So even if it only rains like an inch, that's enough to, like, you know, destroy people's cars. Triceratops, who has been on stream with me before, he, on his way home, almost, like, literally during one of his drives, like his I guess his pathway or whatever home, literally there was a sinkhole that emerged. Again, though, we don't have the infrastructure to handle rain. Last year, we were in the news for all the rain that happened. Again, there's like casinos with water pouring out of the, like, lighting fixtures in the ceiling of the casino. Yeah, Burning Man, which is also in Nevada, got flooded out. Yeah. The thing that Vegas has is really fast and heavy storms. So they call it, it's not really, but they call it monsoon season, where it will just downpour. I mean, you're talking the heaviest rain I've ever seen, but it does it for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then everything floods out, and then the storm is gone, the sun's back out, and it's humid and muggy as fuck. You know, like that's generally what happens. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's kind of cool if you're not out driving. Have you guys ever been in that, like, stupid heavy rain where the windshield wipers don't keep up in any way, shape, or form? Like, and you're just, you know, hoping that you're aimed in the right direction? That happens pretty often when it rains out here. It doesn't rain all the time, so this is generally the time of the year that it does rain, you know? Yeah, if you just go online on YouTube or really any like social media site and look up like Las Vegas over the past few days, you guys will see some crazy ass videos. I actually did, even though I was driving around a little bit this weekend, I did not see very much of anything. I saw some puddles, but apparently downtown, what's called like the Vegas Strip, got fucking just flooded, just crazy flooded. All the time. Yeah, well, it didn't get rained. Well, it depends, because like some people are saying that sorry, I'm messing with my volume real quick here, guys. Some people said that like it was worse than it was, but they certainly got flooded out to some extent for sure. To what extent, I'm not certain, but yeah, it's crazy. Time to bring the cows hay and seed to start it all back growing green again. Yeah, I miss winter though. I'm not gonna lie, I still do. Real winter, you know, not this Vegas shit. That's not really winter. It's all lies. It's all deceit. I'd be down for the snow sticking around. Although, not gonna lie, one time I did actually experience like slush on the roadways in San Diego. That was trippy on the freeway. Like there was a solid like random 2 or 3 inches of slush being pushed around on the freeways on the 15 one year. It was insane. You know those people that reserve deserts or desserts with cows? Those people that reverse. I don't know those people. Is this a Canadian thing, Milo? It's an African thing. I'll have to trust you on that one, Milo. I've not heard of that. Let's freeze it, guys. Where is my canned air? I just had a bunch of new canned air. Spraying all the world now. They wait for rain season just before. Put the cattle and hay to feed them. Add some seeds and manage properly. There's a good chance of starting the cycle back. I think I understand what you're saying, but what are you referring to when you say the cycle? I think that's the part that I'm like the cycle of life, like. The grassland cycle. You know, Milo, I know that you're into like your plan is to have a farm one day, so I feel like you're on a different level of me. I can assume what that is, but I do not know for sure. Is this like an idea of like the soil getting rejuvenated and stuff like that? Like, I'm serious, I don't know. I'm assuming this is like a farmer owning a farm type of thing. I don't know this shit. I don't know it. Bam. Most of our desertic areas were grassland 100 years ago, and we mess with those by killing wildlife. That makes sense. Okay, bisons, etc. And now it's deserts. Okay, yeah, it's a farmer thing. Yeah, okay. There's also a second green revolution. Revolution? Damn. Okay, all right. All right, we got to see if maybe plastic might work better. What is the material of the hand? What's the spray? Karen, it is, I'm sculpting it out of Chavant medium clay. And I am spraying it with canned air turned upside down to freeze it, to cool it down. Well, bam. Yo, what's going on? Dio the drummer, what's going on? Karen, are you do you do sculpting? George, thank you for the follow. Hope your day is going well. All right, that's gonna have to do. That's gonna have to do. Little more drawing and painting. Oh, that's cool. Deep cleaning the house. Are you well? I am. You know what? I am well. I am well. Thank you for asking. Deep cleaning the house is always, you know, a good time. Karen, what kind of drawing do you do? Anything specific or? We're gonna have to revisit that. We're gonna have to revisit that. You guys can kind of see that it's okay. It's probably not going to show up in the cast. Lurk, you know what? I will take all the lurks. Thank you. Anatomy for models. A few open studios around here. Nice. Whereabouts are you? So like live, what's it called? Make your own tool. That is my own sculpting tool. Yes, it is. Life drawing, still life, that kind of thing, right? Pittsburgh. I went to college just south of Pittsburgh. 2 years, well, a year and a half. Back in the dizzy. A town called Monessen. I actually really liked living in Pennsylvania. I kind of miss it, to be honest. You're happy there? Hey, there you go. That's what's up. I'm tired of how freaking hot Vegas is. And I've only been here for 2 years. I was in California and San Diego, which in San Diego is a lot like Vegas, just generally maybe 5 degrees cooler and way more expensive. We're getting there. We're getting there. But bam. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah. TDM. And the worst part is, honestly, with all this detail, is that like when we go to use this for the effect, no one's going to be looking at it this close. So you guys are watching basically a a practice and technique more than something that's actually needed for this effect. I really like doing detailing, so I'm gonna tweak out on this, you know? Yo, Guardian, what's going on? Holly, thank you for the follow. But you guys will all have witnessed the turmoil and tedium that went into this project, even if it's for a whopping couple of second effect, you know, with no close-ups or something, you know? No, this is actually, so we have to sculpt the hand, right? But truth be told, the hand is just part of the arm. We have a whole arm life cast. We're just doing all the hand work first. It's easier to work on the hand and get all the detail right, separate from the arm, because you can imagine a whole arm is tedious, right? So I have the whole shoulder to the wrist part set aside. Once the hand is detailed, I'll attach it to the wrist, yeah. So probably won't tweak out on the arm quite as much, mainly because there's certain things that the human eye picks out and identifies and understands. One of those things is hands. Even if you go to someone who can't draw a hand, they can't sculpt a hand, they still know, you know, basically what the hell a hand looks like. And they know what to expect from seeing a hand. There's other areas, big masses of areas that I don't think people recognize or know as much about. So if we have a really nice detailed hand and we attach it, well, frankly, I mean, I'm still going to go crazy on the arm, but if you were to attach a really nice realistic hand to a less realistic arm and give it a good paint job and color breakup and things like that, you probably really wouldn't notice a big difference between the two. But you got to nail the hand. There's certain things that your average human eye can really just pick out and understand if something is wrong or right about it. So, Holly, I don't, you know, I got into sculpting, mold making, and special effects all through my family. My pops and my mom were artists, and my dad was an indie filmmaker and effects artist. So I think my first live cast was when I was in second grade, however the hell old you are in second grade. I've been doing it a long time. Long time. I know that I have learned that some things do take much longer on stream to do than they do in real life, but that's mainly about all the camera angles. So like, if I were working on this project, say off stream, and I wasn't worried about trying to show you guys like what I was doing, there's a good chance that I would literally pick this pile of foam up, kind of lean back in my chair and literally like have my face, you know, say 4 inches away from this, and really get in there, move everything around, move the sculpture around as I need to, which obviously lends to going a little bit faster, right? So, but because I can't really do that while streaming, things do go a little bit slower. I'd say about, actually not a little bit, I'd say about 20% slower than it would be if I was, say, off stream working on the same project. Whenever I'm working on projects like this and I'm stuck in this tedium phase, which I'm not gonna lie, I do love working on skin texture and like learning new ways to accomplish a goal, right? But it's an arduous journey no matter what. But I always think about like, okay, after it's molded, you know, what is the skin texture gonna look like? When I apply this paint job, what's it gonna look like? If I punch hair into it, what's it gonna look like? You know, stuff like that. Bear1, thank you for the follow. Floods in Las Vegas? Tons of floods in Las Vegas, yeah. I didn't witness them, but they did happen. I saw footage of tons of like what's the word I'm looking for? People's cars being swept away and everything. Where the hell? I just was using a certain sculpting tool earlier and now I can't find it. Awesome. A lot of paint jobs are done by like what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of paint jobs are done with like washes too, right? And washes will sink when you do a wash. The material will actually sink to the lowest point. So if you have skin texture, a lot of washes, especially on silicone, will actually sink into those areas. So when you're defining skin texture, you got to know that at the bare minimum, even if it doesn't look good sculpturally, will it collect the way it's supposed to? You know, that kind of thing. That guitar riff. That's some grindy, heavy guitar riffs right there. shit. Hang tight, guys. I'll be right back. You know what? Just imagine Steve is watching over you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Damn. Sorry, guys. Freaked me out. I'm not used to the doorbell ringing randomly. Oh, shit. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I'm good. I don't know if there's any really fast way to do what I'm doing, honestly. I've tried a different, like, I know a lot of people like texture stamps. I am not a fan of texture stamps. But, you know what? I'm sure a lot of people would be like, I'm not taking 18 hours to do a certain thing, right? You know? Filling in the clay pour lines. Yes, Wisco Mask. Yes. I'm guessing you make masks. What kind of masks do you make, Wisco? Latex, silicone, what you got? I'm not just filling the lines. I'm also just trying to recreate the texture from the cast. Make it nice and crisp, you know? Latex mostly, but I do resin work as well. Oh, for masks? That's cool. So like silicone molds, more like, say, armor-based masks or something like that, right? That's cool. I'll have to check out your stuff. I've done a lot of them. A lot. I don't know. I've probably sculpted like 10 masks in my life. I know that's a lot to go to for some people. I don't know. Masks are such an undertaking. I love smaller projects, even though this is obviously an undertaking. For some reason, this is easier for me than doing masks. I've done a variety of them, like whether it's silicone or whatever, but I do love the smell of some latex masks. Oh no, I dropped something. Ow! Sorry. This is what happens when I bang my head onto the camera. I could not do what you're doing. See, I'm all about the texture. Bring me the texture, baby. I'm there for it. I know a lot of artists that love the buildup of a sculpture, right? That's the part I hate. I hate the buildup. Give me the detail work. One day I'll meet someone that is a confident build-up sculpture or sculpt artist, sculptor, whatever, and I'll be able to just work with them. They do the build-up and I do all the detail work. That's my jam. Oh, that's cool. Buddy of mine, I've tried 2 different versions of it and was never happy of it. A buddy of mine is a huge Mushroom Head fan and wanted me to sculpt one of the masks from Mushroom Head. I've started it like twice. And again, I'm not a big, I've made some really cool masks, but it's never been my jam. And I've never liked them, and I was sculpting them out of wet clay, which I don't think I'll ever sculpt in wet clay again, to be honest. Even if I sculpt a mask, I will not do it out of wet clay. I will always do it out of oil-based clay. It's just not, I'm just not any good at it. And friends with everyone in Mushroom Head, small world. Yeah. You went over 20 other pieces. Nice. Yeah, what's the, he's not a DJ. I don't know a ton about Mushroom Head. I know a little bit. A buddy of mine is a DJ, interestingly enough, a DJ for since I've known him, a couple different rock stations across the US, and he's a huge Mushroom Head fan, and he really wanted the guy, I think it starts with an S, I can't remember the musician's name, but the mask has got like the headphones on the sides or whatever. He really wanted a mask like that. And he's a friend, so I've never taught, like, to me, it's like, if I make it, I make it. I'm never gonna charge him for it or anything. Stitch! Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. He's I've started it, the mask, twice, both times out of wet clay, and I think that's part of the problem, is I just hate wet clay so fucking much. I know a lot of people like it for how fast it is, and I can respect that, but the fact is, as much as I would love to say I am not a fast sculptor. Everything I do is very, like, planned and, like, articulate, you know? So they sell them officially, but they're kind of pricey, but they themselves produce them. Oh, really? I don't know if they did at the time. The first one I sculpted was, I'm not even gonna lie, the better part of 10 years ago. And I mean, you probably know as well as I do, like, having something that your buddy made is always going to be a little bit cooler than something that anyone can buy. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that was part of it. So I know you know entirely too much. I like Mushroom Head. I don't know much of their music. I've listened to, their, what, I'm probably the most popular song is the first one that comes to mind. I don't even know. It's oh my god, I literally listened to it yesterday. I think because I have other music playing, I can't think of it. But I like their music. It's just I don't know it that well. For some reason, I literally can't hear it in my head. I don't think it's Sun Doesn't Rise. I think it's older. I don't know how old that is, but I'm gonna say like their first big album, maybe, or first like big song. They actually have a music video for it. Oh, Simple Survival, I think. I don't remember if that's the actual name. I'm gonna say that's the name. That's a more common one. Oh, okay, gotcha. It was wildly difficult to think of that name while hearing other music. So mid 2000s. When did they get started? Like I said, I don't really know much about their like discography or anything like that. So 93, damn. When did Slipknot get into their shit? Because I had once heard, but I'm not versed in Slipknot or Mushroomhead enough to ever like really stand my ground in an argument. I had heard that Mushroomhead was before Slipknot, but I don't know if that's actually true. Albums are so good and different. One of the reasons you always love them. I mean, again, I'm not super familiar with their music, but the songs I do know for sure that I like, I do enjoy greatly. Slipknot was 95, was basically unheard of until 97. See, that's what I thought. But every time I get into a fight with someone who's really into Slipknot, they're like, no, they're before Mushroomhead. I'm like, you know what? I don't know enough about either of these. I don't have a dog in this fight. Why the fuck am I talking about it? I'm vibing this a little bit more. It's still a little wibbly. It's not as like geometrical, or like simple lines. It's a little wobbly, but again, it would blend in any casting situation we really need. But we'll come back to it later. We're just gonna keep filling in these lines. The entire Cleveland scene so fascinating for me. Someone took the record deal. Mushroom declined from Roadrunner in '93. Really? That doesn't surprise me. There's always someone there to pick up the piece you drop, you know. So this is how little I know. Is Mushroomhead still putting out work or not really? I know they're still recognized, but honestly, that's how little I know. Been sitting here painting an 18-inch concrete mushroom. Damn! Moon Dragon. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Very bogus deal, and Slipknot made next to nothing from their albums. Yeah, I swear to Christ, most artists make next to nothing from their albums. You guys have been talking about Mushroomhead. Nice. They start tour super soon. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, as a big Mushroomhead fan, do you like their newer shit, or are you like a OG Mushroomhead only? There's only a handful of bands I think I would actually go see, and sadly, I don't think Mushroomhead would make that list. Nowadays, there's so few I think I would actually pay money to deal with fucking human beings to go see. Noctwolf, what's going on? Hey, you know what, Moondragon? Thank you for the heart. I love their whole discography. The member changes and sound changes never bothered me. How much of the band is the original lineup? How things been, Noctwolf? I hope things have been chill. members since they first formed. Yeah, but does that mean that there's no OG members? I mean, it could. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Depends on how you define that. They've been around for 30 years. One of them. One of them. Is it the lead singer? I'm curious. But multiple who have been around for like 20. Okay. Started part-time job classes. Still have BS from years. Dad is going around. But I'm alive. Awesome. Well, you know what? You're alive. Do you like your part-time job? I wish more people lived in Vegas. I'd be like, I'll give you a part-time job. I'll give you a job. It'd be sweet. Drummer, and he formed the band. Oh, shit. Baby daddy. Okay, gotcha. And they got bigger than all the other bands, so they made it into a full-time gig. It's like a permanent super band. What are they called? Like Chickenfoot and a few of those others. But, you know, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. See, this is why I stream random shit that I learn that I would never have looked up. I would have never sought out, you know? And all the other bands, so they made it full-time gig. Gotcha, literally. That's how they formed. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is where the camera comes in nice. Looking at it with my own eyes is one thing, but looking at it through like a camera lens is a whole other. You can definitely see it a lot more. Old school. Yeah, I don't know shit about the Cleveland scene at all. Industrial scene sounds interesting, but it's from the Midwest, and by that I mean Michigan. And then even then, I wasn't even into the local scene in Michigan growing up. Music came to me, like my favorite bands came to me through the weirdest places. I don't know if other people have this, but like my favorite bands today are a direct result of music inspired by the motion picture or the soundtracks to movies. I think honestly, the soundtrack to Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and then Mortal Kombat More Combat, probably affected my musical taste today more than anything else. Maybe one day, yeah. Just start those striations, man. You'll go crazy and you'll never want to sculpt anything else. Nowhere, Wisconsin. I just love masks and found all the cool. That's dope. I have family in Wisconsin. Don't ask me where. I don't remember. Middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, for sure. Grew up fishing in Wisconsin with my uncles. We used to take, what was it called? The USS Badger across the Great Lakes. So it's been very rewarding. Hell yeah. There's a lot of really great artists that come from the boonies because there's not much else to do. No shit, dude. That's fucking cool as shit. I was an hardcore ICP fan, and as they say, down with the clown till you're dead in the ground. Although I have not been the loyalist of fans, because pretty much I would say my last big interest in ICP would have been the Wraith, hardcore, you know, OG Joker card albums. But I actually just had a friend of mine's kid out working for me for 3 months, huge ICP fan. And the amount of shit that I don't know about ICP is crazy. Is Roblox nice? Wisco box. That's cool. I was always a big, you know, I feel like it's like saying you're a Metallica fan when you got into like the Black Album, but I would say Great Milenko is what sold me on them, and then I followed into their other stuff. I appreciate Carnival of Carnage and like Ringmaster. I would say Riddlebox is probably, of their quote unquote earlier work, definitely the more the better albums, but to each their own, right? Yeah, I feel, well, that was their like first, they never really got radio play, so that's not fair to say, but I feel like Milenko, from what I learned later, was like their first big breakthrough. But I got into Twisted. I don't even know if those fuckers are still around. I know that my buddy, the kid that was out here working for me for a little bit, told me about Chapter 16 or something like that. It's kind of a new record label with a bunch of people that are ICP adjacent, which I thought was strange because I thought everything would just be under Psychopathic Records, right? Riddleblock, Hell's Pit, and Death Pop. See, Hell's Pit was probably the last album I tried listening to. Wasn't the biggest fan. I would say Milenko is my favorite album, and then honestly, apparently this is a random take when it comes to ICP, and people don't really get it. I love the Bizarre albums. Yeah, Ouija Mac, yep. You worked for, no shit, dude. Man, if you had been out here or chatting with me like not even like a month ago, you would have the biggest fanboy living with me right now. He came out, worked for the summer with me, and spent all his money on fucking Chapter 17 stuff. Yeah, Bizarre. I love those albums. Good albums. I feel like I know lots of people not from the Midwest that were into ICP, but I know way more people from the Midwest that were really into ICP, you know? I think one of my arguments that I've had with people over the years about ICP always end in being like, you can dislike their music all you want, but basically they're marketing geniuses. They did a Bizarre set, that'd be dope. Yeah, this kid was 17 working for me, and every day I would drive home, or as we drove into work, I would let them play whatever they wanted to play. And so I got to hear a lot of the like Ouija Mac and stuff like that. But and so I got schooled a little bit, you know, on modern I guess you would say juggalo culture or whatever. It was so bountiful. That's awesome. That's super dope, dude. Every time you get to like create some work and actually get it recognized by people that you appreciate, or even a fandom, a group of people that are really into a certain thing, is really like it's a really special experience for sure. And actually, beyond being like marketing geniuses, let's go Mask. Thank you for the confetti. Woo. Beyond the shit, what was I gonna say? I got so distracted by confetti. Or if I think of it again, I'll say it. My brain is so fried. Oh, I was going to say, beyond being basically, as far as I'm concerned, marketing geniuses, from my understanding, like ICP at least, I don't know about a lot of the newer guys, but the amount of like charity work that they do and stuff like that, that shit's so fucking cool. I love the idea of artists portraying a certain, I don't want to say lifestyle, but like a certain presentation, like a vibe, and then all their actions kind of fly in the face of it. You know, like surprising shit. Like here's ICP that rap about the weirdest shit, and they're also like one of the most what's the word I'm looking for? God damn it, not entrepreneurial, but like the work they do in like donations and charity and shit like that. That's fucking awesome. It's close. It's on the tip of my tongue. Not entrepreneurial. That's gonna bug the fuck out of me. There's a certain word I'm looking for and I can't think of it. Oh, I almost had it. Not. Oh, man, no, I lost it. I almost said like anthropomorphic, but that's not it at all. What is the fucking? I'll think of it. I'll think of it. Ashley Morgan, thank you for sharing the live. There we go. I think I've gotten close to figuring it out. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it, guys. What am I spraying? Any kind of canned air will work. I use whatever's around. The best canned air is from Uline, I think, for the cost. But you tip it upside down so it shoots out its like aerosol freezing skills. Philanthropy, Jesus, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was going crazy. Philanthropic, philanthropy, yes, that was the word I was looking for. I was going crazy. Busto, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know. That would, I'm not even kidding, that would have bugged me until I thought of it. You could see philanthropic, you know, philanthropy, kind of, sort of, maybe, you know, relatable. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Look at that. Yep. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Took me a while to figure it out, guys, but I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. And I just had to drop the sculpting tool. Nice, nice, nice. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, God. Texture's it's still different, right? But it's at least closer. It blends a little bit better, and that's all I need in life, okay? It's a texture that blends a little bit better and is closer. And I lost the paintbrush. There it is. Not bad. Not bad at all. David Diaz, thank you for sharing the live. I don't know if I'm going to bother trying to texture this area right here, mainly because once we reattach it to the arm, that area is not going to, like, there's going to be a lot of seaming that has to take place either way. Seaming, which is like just the fact that we'll have to match this area up to the rest of the arm. So yeah, it's like, you know, the idea of, or the word seaming is just combining two seams. This fake hand has better skin than my real hands. I know, right? Same. How's it going, Glitch? Hope things are going well. Seaming? Now I'm trying to wonder what you think it saw or sounded like. Seaming? Does it sound like semen? Did I say semen? No, like, it's true. Your hands are super supple. Thank you, Glitch. I have super supple hands. Watch out, guys. Because of all this oil-based clay, yo, I'm just constantly quote-unquote moisturizing, right? Except not. the opposite, which is have my hands in water all the time. True. I think normally my hands would be totally messed up for the amount of times that it's in like chilling out in like 99% isopropyl alcohol. But I just make up for it with dousing it basically in constant oil, which I'll have to figure out someday what type of oil it is that's inside. Oil-based clay. You think I would know by now. I don't know. Oh, it's probably, yeah, some type of mineral oil. Something that doesn't inhibit silicone. It's got to be some type of oil. Maybe they all do, I don't know. But that goes well with wax, because I'm pretty sure a lot of, like, Chavant and clays like this are really based in, like, a wax or something thing. Petroleum-based products, which are more stable and less likely to go rancid. Yeah, it's probably, yeah. Good guess, yeah. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it has to... It's like some type of waxy aspect to it for sure. I know, like, I've tried to reconstitute oil-based clay and mix, like, Vaseline with it, and that... This was years ago. I don't suggest doing it. Let's just put it that way. Can't be olive oil, no, probably not. Yeah, waxes, yeah. Yeah, it's really weird if you guys can see. I don't know how well you guys can see, but like these little pits are still air bubbles that they have to get fixed. Like this is a big one right here. This is a big old random ass air bubble right here. It has to get filled up. I don't know how visible that is. Best comment of the night for sure. Anyone can do this with years of practice and sacrifice and natural talent. Koala. True. It's very true. Anyone can. You're absolutely right. And apparently all the hours to burn, too. Would I call this a duck diggers? You know it. I would. I would, yeah. Ooh, maybe a skin job. That's what I would call it. One small striation of texture at a time. Ruining areas you're touching very carefully. Do my best to work on the areas I know I'm going to touch a lot so that when I go put it back up, by back up I mean on top of some type of sculpting stand or some shit, that all the areas I'd want to touch are out of the way. So right now, yeah, I am touching like these areas over here, but I'm trying not to touch the same place too much so that it doesn't heat up too much and I don't smush the texture, you know? Just gotta be careful. Like even these areas, I can like run my finger over lightly. As long as I'm touching it lightly, it's not too much of a problem. I'm sculpting in medium Chavant, which is pretty robust overall. But good question, yeah. Plus, trying to keep it cold with that freezing shit I spray on there, yeah. No, don't fall off, don't fall off. Okay, all right, this is getting bad. Okay, back it up, back it up. Yeah, there's no saving it if I drop it. So yeah, you know, just keep watching. I'm sure I will. And I'll have to resculpt certain areas. Like these striations right here, you guys can probably see these lines right here. Bup, 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 bup. They're There's these lines right here. Little micro air bubbles. Are you setting the menu? Wait, what? I'm gonna just say yes. I'm setting the menu. I don't know what that means, but sure, sure. Why not use silicone mold to texture that? What do you mean? This is actually cast out of a silicone mold. It was life cast in silicone, and unfortunately clay. I mean, you could cast it in stone, resin, things like that would pick it up, but I need to make modifications to it, so getting it to clay is easiest. Problem is, when you cast clay, this is actually a really great cast in clay. Sometimes you can have way more issues. You can use like a texture pad and things like that, but and I have some like this one here. I don't really like how they work, to be honest, but I much prefer going in and doing it by hand. I can control the texture a lot more, and I don't destroy as much texture doing it. I've seen some really cool texture pads over the years, but not a lot that work great for this type of thing. This is essentially like a life cast touch-up, right? So you have to recreate the texture that's already there. If you were doing a complete from raw sculpt, doing your own texture, you could probably use texture pads, you know, things like that. You know, I just want to continue what's essentially already there, right? Yeah, no worries. Everyone's got their own thing. I know a lot of people that swear by texture pads. I've never been a fan of them. There's like 8 million other ways I'd rather do texture, even if it was a larger project, a very, very large project. If you guys have been following my YouTube channel, you'll know that I've attached sculpting tools to tattoo guns or tattoo machines to be able to do stuff. Texture pads are great for certain things, just none of the things I ever find myself working on. So you know what? I don't know what's going on either. Hey, welcome to the club, okay? It's really interesting watching different types. Yeah, oh yeah, there's so many different styles out there for doing different types of textures. What's basically going on is that I have an indie project that I'm trying to get wrapped up over the next 6 months. And one of the things I have to do is finish this project to do that project. I'm an effects artist, so I want to do a project that is effects heavy. And what I need for that project is a super realistic fake arm. So this is the hand of the arm, but we have the whole arm that we have to do. But it probably won't take as long as the hand does. The hand is just more time consuming in pretty much every aspect. So if I do the hand separate, then I reattach it to the arm. Right now we are filling in the flaws and fixing things that were mistakes from the cast that we did. So I'm just kind of curious, how long does this take you to do this? I was talking about this earlier. When I'm not streaming my work, it goes, I would guess 20% faster. But when I'm trying to keep what I'm doing on screen, like normally I might even take this hand like up against my chest and near my face and move it all around and whatnot. So on stream, keeping it in camera frame for you guys is a little bit trickier. But this type of thing, if I was working nonstop and I don't get interrupted, which by the way, I always get interrupted. I can't go through a day of working on a project without somebody bugging me. So if I could work on just this, touching it up, redetailing and everything like that, I probably have a day and a half into it before it's ready to get attached to the arm. So, but even then, let's say it's a day and a half, 8 to 10 hours, 8 to 15 hours. I only stream, 2 hours on average at a time. So that's many streams, right? And I'm obviously working against the fact that I can only keep it in certain angles and areas for you guys to be able to see. So for me, that's probably a good estimate for this. But if I was off stream or not worried about trying to show it off, it'd go much faster. And it really depends on the cast too. This cast actually came out really good, so I have less fix up I have to do, you know? Like this area right here. See this little white spot? That's like random. I don't even know what that is because we didn't use alginate for this life cast. It's stone, so I don't, or silicone, so I don't know what this is, but it's like plaster stuck in there or something. It's like I have to pop this out and I gotta go in and fill the hole and all that. So I do sell my work. If you check out my Etsy shop, it's only got like 2 or 3 items. They are very expensive, but hopefully this stream illustrates why. I sell my stuff. I just have only recently started doing it. So I have a chest burster available. I have a custom Krampus that I sculpted on stream. My goal now is to just sell stuff that people see me create on stream. My day job, quote unquote, keeps me busy doing this stuff for, like money or whatever. But I don't know. If I had to guess, products that I have created that have been sold, no joke, not bragging, it's millions of dollars. Like, legit. There's tons of people actually out there that, whether they know it or not, own some creatively cursed products. You know what, Edward Robert Davies, thank you for the follow. Blam. So smooth, so clean. Bam. Weirdest thing I've ever sculpted? Honestly, you could probably guess it. I've sculpted everything. You name it, I've probably sculpted it. I sculpted a nipple one time that was the size of, it was like, it's the easiest way to say it, it's like 8 inches in diameter. A very large nipple. That's probably up there for some weird ass shit that I've sculpted. The protruding part, the actual like nipple part, was not that big, but like the areola, so to speak, why an 8-inch nipple? I'll tell you what, do some research and you'll figure out why I had to sculpt an 8-inch nipple. Okay. I do some weird shit for my quote unquote day job. Okay. And in all fairness, I had to sculpt a pair of them. Okay, so it wasn't just one; it was two. It was two of them. Breast implants? No, not breast implants, though that would be dope. Oh man, I just stabbed myself. That's what I was saying, dude. Check it out. Look me up. I have all my socials posted. You should be able to figure it out. I like to keep it a mystery. It's like a game, right? You guys can play, figure it out. Or the question is, are you a member of my Discord? That's the next thing, you know? Always wants you to log in. Yeah, those pesky social media thing. Well, that's the only way to find out, yo. I don't really talk about it on stream. Too many sensitive streaming services. Man, and this is where things get complicated because of how skin frickin' works. Yep, that's a fair guess. Fairly accurate. But not just any company in that industry, okay? Not just any company. No! Good guess, though. Good guess. Company been around a lot longer than Bad Dragon, okay? There we go, guys. Diggers, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to figure it out, okay? So here's the dealio, guys. I'm gonna bounce off. I was originally planning on streaming tomorrow is usually one of my days that I stream, but I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow. So I will be back. Not the Degenerate. I don't know the Deep Lord of the Adult Industry, but now I suspect that Hands for Fistic Joe. No, it's not. It's for a different project. But hey, kudos to the imagination for sure. All right. I will catch up with you guys later. Have a wonderful evening. I will be back on Friday at the latest. So peace out, diggers. Have a great evening.